It wasn't planned like that, Timmons. He came in, he shouting back at me.
Oh,
I told
I
him.
can't. Hi, and welcome to week 3 of the I Formation. I'm Jeff Gibbons.
And I'm John Moist.
And boy, did we suck this week, along with everybody else out there.
Pretty much. Not very many people had good weeks in their picks this week, but
One guy went against the grain this week. Shout out to Tyler Kosak today with that $4,100 Pro Line win. Pretty awesome ticket.
is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he picked, and the picks weren't out there. The Jets won it for him last night. $25
Yep.
ticket, man. $4,100. So, good job, man. And he's a Dolphins fan, too. He's awesome. Okay, so this week, the irony of ironies, we both threw at the dartboard to pick our picks, and we came up with 16 identical picks. Stick around, we're going to tell you what they are.
Alright, we're shooting live inside line scale for the I Formation. Home of the 6-time Super Bowl champions. And over here we got some 49er losers practicing. And over here we got the 6-time Super Bowl champions practicing. We're about an hour away from kickoff. And of course, you know, it's a game, season opener for the Steelers. And we're going to win. Go Steelers!
Hi, welcome back to the I Formation. Now we're going to make our picks for week 3 of the NFL season. Starting with a Thursday night battle between the Washington Redskins and New York played Giants.
Yeah, I'm surprised that we both agree. Turning the corner here now, Washington looked great this week.
They did.
They're up against the Giants. I know, rivalry in the division, but we're both giving the Giants the edge at home.
Yes, we are. And Dallas without Romo now, and that's a big hit to them for sure. And now you got Philadelphia, who are not looking great right now. Bradford not playing well. And looks like Philadelphia might be losing 2 of their starting linebackers this week. So Giants really have a chance now to sneak in and maybe take this division if they can stop.
We had good discussion about that before the season.
Yeah.
I know the Giants came up in the mix, but certainly it'll be interesting to see. It's the division that nobody clearly owns right now, so it's up for grabs. Teams make changes, you know, including Philadelphia or even Washington, could all sort of be in the mix. It's interesting to see what Cousins has done out there in Washington.
Washington's better than we thought for sure.
Yeah, and defensively they're solid anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So what we're saying, I'm saying a field goal here. It's going to be a close game, I think, in a pound, blood, sweat, tears kind of thing.
Yeah.
So maybe a field goal.
3-6, something like that.
Okay, that's 36. I don't know if that's what you meant
Ah.
here, but
I'm going to say 6 points.
all right, man. Next, we got Cincinnati in Baltimore to play the beleaguered Ravens. And, man, like Prisco said this week, he said enough of this, you know, talking about Philadelphia and teams like that. He said, let's start looking at people like Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And they're a legitimate team. They had a legitimate shot in that division. They've played solid already. And we're both picking Cincinnati to beat Baltimore at home. Baltimore's got a lot of demons they've got to sort out if they're going to win that division.
Obviously, I thought Baltimore was a much better team than what they've shown me so far. I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. At this point, I don't obviously I don't look like my own pick there. Cincinnati right now is just a better football team, and they've shown it. And we're both going to pick a small upset, if you'll even call it that.
Yeah,
Cincy to
maybe
win
not
Baltimore,
even.
beat them. Yeah.
Sure. Next, we got the Chargers going into Minnesota to play the Vikings. And a contract holdout in there for their team mascot. Trying to get $1.6 million. It's all part of it, I suppose. That's probably not going to happen, but cue the comeback. And this team has really looked solid. And I think that, as we both agreed this week, they've got enough at home to hold off San Diego. San Diego's played well, but not well enough, I don't think, to beat that team at home.
Vikings got a solid offense and been playing well defensively.
Yeah, and Adrian Peterson, I think, is only going to get better.
Yes.
So we'll see how that all goes. Next, we got Oakland going into Cleveland. Oakland with the big upset over Baltimore this week.
Yes.
And Cleveland at home, the Dog Pound. I give this a close game. I think that they keep it close, but Cleveland wins this game by, I'm thinking, a touchdown.
Yeah, a touchdown for Cleveland and low scoring game, I'm thinking.
All right. Next, we got the Falcons in Dallas to play. Is there anybody left to play them now? The Dallas Cowboys?
Well,
wow.
Brandon Whedon starting at quarterback for the Cowboys this week. Tony Romo, say what you want about him. He has had great numbers over the years, and maybe not so much in the playoffs, but certainly in the regular season he's been very good. And certainly Whedon is a large downgrade there.
Yeah, we don't agree with you, Graham. That's one thing we got to say. And I know you're not much for the Cowboy love, but neither are we most times. But they were playing a team last week in Philadelphia that were just worse. And I think with Des Bryant out of the mix for 10 or 12 weeks now, Romo out of the mix, DeMarco Murray gone. I know McFadden looked fairly well last week, but we're waiting for the shoe to drop on him to get hurt again because he had 7 seasons in Oakland where he got hurt. Hopefully it works out for him, but I don't think it's going to.
How about Atlanta? With that passing game with Julio Jones, he must be number 1 in the NFL in yardage now, I guess.
They're playing a team now that can generate offense, and even at home, they're going to have trouble holding on. I think that this is a 10-point game.
Coleman is going to be out for Atlanta in this one, so Freeman will be the starting running back.
Okay. Next, we got Tampa Bay in Houston to play the Texans. And, even with Jameis Winston playing better this past week, and scoring the win, I don't think they're enough for that Houston defense.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So
and McCoy is out there on defense for Tampa Bay as well. It's a big hit to their defense. Mm-hmm. And Houston, still unsure on Arian Foster.
Yeah, he's week to week now. They're not saying much about it, but when he comes back, he's still going to be a little gimpy. It's going to take a while for him to get in form. But certainly, I still think they got enough to beat Tampa Bay at home.
Yeah.
Next, we got the Eagles playing the Jets. Holy cow, the Jets. Your love of this, Dave Moist. Putting this out there. I'm not a big Jets fan, but I got to appreciate what they've put together. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Eric Decker went down early for them in this game with an ankle injury. And, the name. I have those moments now, folks. It's called old age. Brandon Marshall stepped up the pace. I think when Decker left, he had like 79 or 80 yards in the air.
He had a great game.
And he got hurt. So they're looking at that as too bad he's a loss. But just a solid game all around. Defensively, they played well.
Yeah.
And
defensively, they fantastic. I mean, they had 5 turnovers there. And last year, I know that the biggest problem with the Rex Ryan-led Jets last year was
Rex Ryan. That's the biggest problem.
Last year was Rex Ryan was the biggest problem.
But,
okay. They couldn't create turnovers, and now they're number 1 in the NFL in turnovers. So certainly, Todd Bowles knows what he's doing there, and has turned that team around. Eagles going to be missing, like I said earlier. Kiko Alonso for sure, ACL tear there, and Michael Kendricks, starting linebacker as well, is questionable. Doesn't look like he's going to play either. So, Eagles in trouble.
Next, we got Pittsburgh going into St. Louis, play the Rams. And as well as the Rams have played, Pittsburgh is just too much offense.
Pittsburgh's looking really good on offense.
And they're going to look even better as their other players come back. The ones that are allowed to play now that have broken the law and whatever else they've done. But certainly, some of our Pittsburgh Steelers fans out there are champing at the bit to see how that team's going to all gel. And, they'll make a run. And they could very well win that division now with the way Baltimore's on the ropes. Cincinnati will give them a run, but I think they're the front runner right now in that division.
Rams play well at home, especially on defense, and but I just don't think they have enough offense to keep up here.
No, it's a shit show. I mean, a shoot show. Yeah, lots of points. Next, we got New Orleans going into Carolina. And word out of New Orleans now is that Drew Brees has a torn rotator cuff, and he's going to miss a couple of weeks.
Oh, wow.
That's what they're figuring. But there was a lot of injuries this week, and that was one major one. He wasn't playing well that whole game. He couldn't get the ball away, and they think he tore that early. Carolina, at home, divisional rivalry, but I just think that they've been playing the better ball. I mean, New Orleans has been anemic offensively. Yeah. They missed Jimmy Graham.
They do.
And they need to find something in their game to get score points, but they're not going to do it against this Carolina defense at home.
Stewart on the ground has been great for Carolina as well, and certainly Cam Newton's been doing his job. Luke Kuechly on defense is still questionable. He hasn't finished concussion protocol yet, so we don't know what's going on with him yet for this week.
So he may have to tackle the fellow in the middle, hey? Is that what's going on? Yeah, okay. So as he comes back, that'll only bolster that offense. Or defense, I mean. Yeah, I was thinking about Benjamin. Sorry. Indianapolis next at Tennessee to play the Titans. And, we went away and made our picks separately today, and surprisingly, we came up with the same answer here, even after what happened this week.
Yeah.
And we're both picking?
The Colts.
I think it's going to come around. That team can only be so bad for so long.
Yeah.
Anyone, the naysayers, I don't think that team is as bad as they've played in the first two games.
Definitely not.
And it's going to come together. So, Tennessee have their first couple of games were lighter. This is a big change or a big challenge for them, even at home.
Yes.
I just think that Andrew Luck and team put this together and they beat them. They beat Tennessee on the road. Okay. Next, we've got Jacksonville playing at Gillette Stadium, playing the New England Patriots. So, we're now, I'm not sure what's going to happen in there, whether they're going to hear church music or over their headsets, or the balls are going to be deflated, or whatever the case may be. We'll find some way to cheat. Win in there in Foxborough. It's going to happen. Sorry for all you.
I don't think they need to
fans.
cheat to beat Jacksonville. I think they got a much better team than Jacksonville does. Brady's been playing great ball too.
They have.
Got to give it to them.
You know what? Yeah. Why fool with a good thing? Just play the game, and they have.
Can anybody stop Rob Gronkowski? I don't know.
I got to tell you, that's the sweetest seam pass I've seen ever in the NFL.
Yeah.
Is when Brady throws that ball over the seam to Gronkowski. It's just a perfect throw, and he's done it 2 or 3 times that I've seen this year already. Got to give the man his credit. He's played well. He's standing up to the critics. Let's see. There's some other teams out there defensively. Buffalo made a game of this last week. They still, to their credit, scored 32 points against that Patriots defense. And Buffalo, I think maybe the big thing is Rex Ryan still got that mouth going, and I don't think that's good for his team at all.
Well, there's still a few cracks there in that Patriots defense, even though they did sack Tyrod Taylor 8 times in this game. So,
and Buffalo's now losing defensive Aaron Williams.
Aaron Williams gone with a neck injury.
Yeah.
Looked a lot worse than what it turned out to be. He's gone for at least a game.
Yeah. So
very unlikely he'll play in this game. So.
Very unlikely. So I'm spotting, 2 touchdowns to the Patriots on this. They take it easy.
Yeah.
It's the penultimate home game, right?
Yeah.
Next, we got San Francisco going into Arizona to play the Cardinals, who could be the new beast in the East.
No, I love the
Or
Cardinals.
beast in the West, if you want to call it that.
Love the Cardinals.
Trying to ring it.
Yep.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm picking them. I picked them. I think it was to win a
wild card.
Well, I'm pretty sure I did. I'd have to go back and look at that now. But they've got a good team. They've been so close to greatness so long. And, as that offense gets stronger and stronger, they're feeding, the San Francisco team, they were, last week, who did they play? They were destroyed. Trying to remember who beat. Oh, it was Pittsburgh. I'm sorry, Graham, you were there. Wasn't that awesome? Thanks for the shout out, by the way. It was good to see that you were down there, and we've got people that are following us that are all over and they're reporting back.
Carson Palmer playing the best football of his life.
And didn't we say that at the beginning? Remember, said this was his year. Mm-hmm. It's his year to make
Larry
it happen.
Fitzgerald, love to see it. Barry's cousin, doing great. Doing great.
Yeah, Barry's going to try to sneak in and see a game this year because he was afraid. They've got a contract extension on him. They figured he was going to be gone.
Okay.
Good. So Arizona beats San Francisco soundly at home. I'm going to say 7-10 points.
I agree.
Next, we've got the Chicago Bears going into the 12th man in Seattle to play the Seahawks.
Do we even really want to talk about this game?
Well,
the Bears are wounded. Maybe they'll go in and make a game of it. I don't know.
They may make it a start, but I think it's just a team. There's just going to be too much defense.
Terrible on defense.
Not to mention they've lost Jay Cutler.
It's true.
Right? So I don't even know if they even have a backup.
I don't know. I think Mr. Bean backs up there or something. I'm not sure.
Hello!
Doesn't matter who the backup is. Seattle.
Set, big!
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep in mind now we're talking about the 0-2 Seattle Seahawks at home playing a terrible defense.
Ooh, Flanders,
I
the
don't think this
0-2
is close.
Seahawks. Oh boy, they'll never win another game this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
I'm not even counting them out for the division at this point,
Neither am I.
or actually the dance. So we'll see. They'll get that together. Pete
Yeah.
Carroll will put that team into its rights.
Yeah. This week,
Yeah, I'm saying 10 points.
I'm saying 10 plus.
10 plus what?
10 plus 20.
Okay, 30 points. Nice. Yeah, so they're going to win like 27 to -3.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right, excellent.
Yeah.
Next, we've got Buffalo going into Miami to play the Miami Dolphins. And I really thought he was going to go with Buffalo on this, but we both have agreed Miami. Buffalo, good solid defensive effort. Like I say, without Aaron Williams now, Miami really needs to lick their wounds after losing that game. And they lose so many games to the Jacksonville Jaguars for no apparent reason. They always seem to get their number. They're at home. They've been on the road for 2 games. This is their home opener. Buffalo's going into 95 plus degrees in Miami. They're just not going to be able to. LaShawn McCoy is just not in the shape to be able to go in there and play at 95 plus. He's not going to be a factor.
Buffalo's pass defense through the first 2 games has been horrible. Brady just lit him up for 466 yards in the air. And I did all right in the first game, but I just don't think their pass defense is good. And I think Ryan Tannehill's going to let him up, actually.
The Dolphins have been sketchy on defense for these first 2 games. The addition of Ndamukong Suh, interesting story coming out of Miami now, is that he apparently freelanced his plays all during the second game against Jacksonville, which would certainly screw up a team when everyone else is set into a set play. Defensive coordinator's probably pulling his hair out over this. Suh's, worth a lot of money to that team. They're paying an awful lot for him, and they need him to produce. He needs, he hasn't been effective against the rush. Simple fact, he's calling his own plays and doing his own thing, so that's going to hurt the Dolphins. I think they were 27th against the run over the first 2 weeks. So we need him to sort of fall into place and understand his role. There's no I in team in Ndamukong.
Is there an I in that? We're not sure.
We're not. Listen, we're lucky there's a vowel in that. Okay, and I say that because he can't see me or hear me or touch me here. Right.
Jordan Cameron is probably going to be out for the Dolphins in this one, and their backup tight end Deion Sims looks like he may miss it as well. So I'm sure the Dolphins will leave no stone unturned in this one to find another tight end. Their third string is Jake Stoneburner.
Yes.
Had a touchdown this week.
I watched Charles Clay play this week too on another team, and he had a touchdown as well.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. So the tight end position.
Anyway,
had some good tight ends there.
Enough shagging around. Miami is going to win by a touchdown.
All right, I'll take it. Next, we've got Denver going into Detroit to play the Lions.
I like the Broncos here. The Lions are having some. Well, they're missing Ndamukong Suh and DeAndre Levy. They're also missing him. He's been injured, and their defense is just not what it was. And now they got to face Peyton Manning from the shotgun, playing a lot of shotgun this year so far. The Broncos are, so I think Denver lights them up.
Peyton beats the Lions down.
Yes, he will.
He sure will. Yeah. Finally, the Monday Nighter. Kansas City, here I come. Going into Green Bay. A good game to watch.
It will be a good game to watch. 2 exciting teams, and certainly Kansas City with that pass rush might, give Aaron Rodgers everything he can handle in the pocket. But
for the first 4 minutes.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers hard to bring down. Though Aaron Rodgers hard to bring down, and Green Bay looked like a well-oiled machine against Seattle. And Eddie Lacy right now, I think they're saying he's 50-50, so we actually won't know until he hits the practice field on Thursday whether or not he's going to play. Even without Lacy, they got Starks there. I think he's a great running back as well.
They can establish the run with Starks, and I think that they can beat Kansas City at home. And did Rodgers throw an interception this past week at home? I don't think he did.
Don't think so.
So the struggle or the streak continues. if that's the case. I'm sure someone will tell us that they did. And we'll all be straight.
Right, Paul? Okay.
Yeah, thanks, man. So that's our picks for the week. And surprisingly, separate, we come up with the same picks right across the board. So that usually means one of two things. One, we're going to light this up this week. Or two, we're going to stink it up like we did last week. But that doesn't generally happen 2 weeks in a row.
No.
So hopefully now, that's a perfect record for us now. That'd be awesome. Imagine we go perfect the two of us the same week. That'd be awesome. All right. Stick around. We're going to tell you our team and player of the week.
Welcome back to the I formation. Now we're going to make our picks for team and player of the week.
Or should we say our pick? Seems around this 16-0 thing, or 16-16, or however you want to look at that, we've decided to come up with the same team and the same player this week. And we have to look to where?
Miami.
The Miami Dolphins. They're due. They really do.
Yeah.
And they're going to beat Buffalo, and it's going to look good on Rex Ryan as he loses in Miami. And we're going with Ryan Tannehill to have a big game in the air against that Buffalo defense.
Yep.
So there you have it, folks. Let's see how our joint powers together do this week. Seems we haven't had any disagreements. So like I
Speaking
said,
of joints, you happen to have one?
did I happen to have one? Yeah, I did.
Oh, good. That's it.
Actually, I had one replaced. It's just neat.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So make sure that you check us out on Twitter. Follow us there. Make sure that you go back to the page. Drop your picks up there. We love to hear those great stories. Like Tyler's a big win this week. Like I say, we're not a gambling site, but it certainly looks cool when somebody comes up big like that. You can also send us an email at Gmail for the I-Formation. And our I-Formation channel, subscribe there, and you'll get a notice about all of our videos. So that's pretty much everything for me this week. Just remember, folks, that enjoy the games this weekend and respect the game. Don't drink and drive. Anything else for you, my buddy?
That's it.
Okay. Well, then that means it's good night for me.
And it's good night from him. Have fun.
Peyton beats the Lions down. Got no feeling in my toes.
Are you fucking serious? That's what I gotta cut in? Do it again.